Okay, I've come to a school where we're going to find some students and let them know the exciting news that COVID-19 is no longer a global health emergency. Oh, they're going to be so excited. All right, let's go find some.
With great hope that I declare COVID-19 over as a global health emergency.
Just to be clear, COVID-19 is still around and isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But case numbers have been lower than ever. And a lot of countries, including Australia, have lifted the majority of the restrictions that were in place throughout the pandemic.
Hi everyone. Sorry, just wanted to let you all know that COVID-19 no longer a global health emergency, so you can all go back to normal. Oh, guess you already are back to normal. I'll go. Just shut this.
Yeah, to be fair, it's kind of felt like things have been back to normal for a while now. In fact, it's hard to believe that it's been more than 3 years since we heard of COVID-19. I mean, we were still in our old studio.
There's been a lot of talk about the new strain of virus, which started in China and has now spread to other countries.
Okay, COVID. Do you remember it?
Yep, most definitely.
Most definitely.
It changed a lot of things that were usual to me. It felt like all of a sudden it just changed overnight.
It was pretty scary because it felt almost as though it was out to get you.
To try and slow the spread, we learnt to do things a little differently. And COVID tests just became a normal part of life.
What things did you start doing to sort of try and stop it from happening?
We would wear masks.
It's sometimes when I'm wearing a mask and when I breathe, it just fogs up my glasses.
Yes. I say that like I know because I'm not wearing glasses, but I've seen that happen. I feel your pain. I do. Also, did you find you could smell your own breath?
Yes. And only then did I realise how foul it is.
What about sanitizers?
I have a sanitizer with me all the time as I go out a lot,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Are you conscious of like keeping your distance from people now?
Not really.
Personally, me, I hug my friends a lot, so.
Yeah. I think the whole elbow thing was a bit...
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do you wanna... Yeah, it is weird, isn't
Yeah.
it? So if I say social distancing, what's your first reaction?
Movies, you would sit 3, 4 seats apart.
See, I kind of liked that.
Yeah,
Because then you could spread out. Were you ever like in a crowd and you'd go, social distance, like to try and make sure people were like that's good.
No, not really.
Did either of you have to quarantine?
We spent 2 weeks here quarantining, which was the worst 2 weeks of my life, to be honest. The food was horrendous. I had to use an iron to heat up the food. And then...
Don't do that at home.
We came back from a different country. We had to quarantine for quite a while. I feel like I got closer to my family. Me and my brother did fight a lot, but we got closer. We figured out new games to play.
Did you also have to cook food on an iron?
No.
People were hoarding toilet paper at one point. Don't laugh, it was very serious.
It was kind of funny at times that people were rushing to get toilet paper. Normally people wouldn't do that, so I was a bit...
Unless they really had to go. How did you find learning from home?
It was pretty fun because we got to skip some classes, but other than that...
I remember my mum and dad telling me to get back to work because I would often get a bit distracted.
But while we were busy trying to lay low and distract ourselves, COVID had other plans.
Variants. What are the variants of COVID?
Delta and
Omicron?
Omicron.
Were there more?
I do not remember the names of any more.
To be fair, there were a few of them. Meanwhile, the whole time scientists were busy working on vaccines. And there have now been more than 13 billion doses of vaccines administered.
As soon as we got an opportunity to get the vaccine, my mum and dad made me get it.
Okay. Is that because they wanted to go out places?
They just wanted me to not get sick. I guess.
That's probably a better reason, isn't it?
3 years on, and there have been nearly 800 million reported cases of COVID, and more than 6 million people have died. Meanwhile, the pandemic has had a huge impact on people's mental health, as well as economies around the world. And it's fair to say that while things might be back to normal, there are some things from the pandemic that are probably going to stick.
Coming out of COVID, what are some things that have stuck with you?
Take advantage of your friends while you can socialise with them. But you might still have to wear a mask in a doctor's clinic.
Oh yeah?
Or a hospital. I wash my hands more.
I admit, I feel like I know how to wash my hands better too.
Well, I'm happy we can finally share our food.
That's right, because we couldn't share food. We couldn't even sit in a room like this. Does that freak you out?
It seems like it wasn't actually real.